If we can. That's the whole point of our whole schedule. We can if we want to. But
Okay.
that's the point.
Do you want to record another
That's
one?
the point. Excuse me?
Do you want to record another one? I like talking to you.
Thank you. And I've also noticed a theme along our lines of arguments that none of us wins. We just come up with a central
Actually, no, if
idea.
anything, we're both losing.
Actually, not really. I think we're both developing thoughts that we both agree with, and so we're the
While
central mind
while
of,
battering each other. It kind of is like a
yeah,
win-lose
better each
kind of.
other
It's
continuously.
all in good fun,
Yeah.
though. I do not mean anything
It's
by.
bettering each other until we understand the central point of
Uh,
the reason
how
why we're
about that
talking.
one
And
argument we had while playing Destiny? Like, how long did that go on until we realized, oh, we're talking about two separate things. We shouldn't be arguing because we're not even talking about the same topic.
which which are which
I
Destiny
can't even
argument?
remember. I think it was something to do with
What
like
were we arguing about?
currency, gold. It was a while ago. I can't even remember the argument. Joel was there. Remember, it was just Joel, you and
No,
I.
I want to know.
It's
I want to know what
fine.
we
I
were
don't know.
like.
We
What
didn't
we were
record.
arguing
We
about.
didn't record that.
No, I know. But, okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway,
I've already
um,
started recording just to let you know.
okay,
What we've been saying has been gold, so I
yeah,
just started.
yeah, great, awesome.
Do you mind?
Anyway, um,
We can cut it now. We
I
can.
don't
You.
mind, but I see. No, it's fine. It's fine. I see this plan of recording whenever it's comedic gold will pose a problem in the
What?
future.
Why?
Like say something super controversial, and then like
Oh no, you've
um
done that before, and I just stopped recording straight away, and then
okay,
I actually asked you,
when did
"Can
I
we
do it?
start?"
That's
We
fine.
started
That's cool.
talking about the
Okay.
incapable grey, and you used the
Okay.
real name for
Yeah.
the incapable grey, so I just stopped recording, and I deleted that
Okay. Cool.
clip. So
It's cool as long as we know it's not controversial
it's
that
only
much,
for like
so
the
it's
first
fine.
minute
Just use
at
logic.
max. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
and by
That's
then I
fine.
would have
As
said
long as we do it
started. So,
good. Cool. Cool.
hey, at least we're not
So,
jerks and just don't tell the other person that it sucks so hard.
cool. Anyway, so you wanted to record another one, so
Yes, I wanted
what
to
do you
go
want to talk
another one
about?
because I am enjoying. You know, I came in surprisingly unprepared for this. Um,
Yeah, I noticed.
so this is practically a continuation of the last one when we started talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. By no fault of yours, I wanted to talk about horror movies.
Excuse me, say that again.
I
You
want to
like
talk about horror
lagged a
movies.
bit.
Oh, oh well, sorry.
Okay, my
So,
least favorite genre of movie, but
what?
I'll talk.
How could
It's good.
they be? I don't know. I'm impartial. One of the girls I liked likes
I don't
horror
like
movies,
horror.
so I've been like
I don't
binge
like
watching
horror.
them.
I don't like horror movies. It's just I just don't like them. It's just
Oh,
my
why
thing.
not?
I don't like them.
What would you define as a horror movie? Is Prometheus a horror movie, or is
I
that a
don't know what it
sci-fi
is, but
flick?
w-
The
what was
prequel
that
to
one we were
Alien.
watching? That's not a horror movie because that's I think
You could call that sci-fi
something that
horror.
a horror movie is very subjective. Something's horror is horror, and if something literally scares you, that is what horror is. And aliens don't scare me,
There's
so
jump scares.
and
There's
gore
jump
doesn't
scares there.
scare me. Yeah, but that doesn't scare me the way like The Conjuring 2 did. That affected me
Oh yes,
really badly.
atmospheric
That
tension.
psychologically damaged me. That's what a horror movie is to me. No, like I'm
So
not even
if there's like
joking.
jump scares, you don't care. It has to be
I don't even care if because I can get over that stuff. But when it's literally psychologically damaging, when
the
I'm like, okay, I
tension of
literally
it.
can't sleep now. I literally can't get past this. That's when it's psychologically damaging, and I don't want to subject myself to that. So I don't watch horror movies.
Hmm, that is quite sad.
So yeah,
I enjoy my gory, murdery, bloodlust, tension-filled horror movies.
I don't mind gore. Gore's, I wouldn't say cool.
Gore's
But, I
gore. Actually,
mean,
no, some
I
things
can
can be
watch it.
gross. Some things can be gross. You must admit that there are things that just make you want to puke.
I don't puke much.
But
you puke all the time.
That's me eating my food. Shut up.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I do regurgitate my food and eat it again to many people's disgust. But like, for example, more like a bird, I'd like to say, but anyway, majestic. So something like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? It is too cheesy and corny and slapstick horror. It's too B-level for anyone to take it too seriously. But something like The Conjuring. No, I'm not going to take The Conjuring. The Conjuring kind of sucked in my ass.
How did The Conjuring affect you? I'm gonna ask.
Not at all.
Because
it does not affect me in the slightest.
I think ghosts affect me a lot more than anything else.
Yeah. No, serial killers is where it's at, man. Those exist. Okay. Those are 100% confirmed real.
True.
You can only theorize about ghosts, but them serial killers, man.
True. But that's not scary to me. I mean, one of my biggest fears is being tortured, but
what about a home invasion? Like, that scares the shit out of me.
What do you mean, home invasion?
Like The Purge. Like these guys just come into my house, rip down my door, strap me up, beat the hell out of me, put it on YouTube, and demand millions of dollars. You know, for the safe return of these kids, and predicated by home invasion. They could come into my house and stare at me. That creeps me out as well. They don't even have to do anything to me. But if they're just in my house, in my space, without me knowing, doing something that is 100% illegal, that creeps the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's scary too.
Exactly, so we agree on that.
Yeah,
but so I want to talk about.
I'm not saying it doesn't scare me. I'm just saying it affects me less.
But like something, I want to say that there is gross stuff. You say you don't get grossed out. There are gross stuff. Have you ever seen?
I do get grossed out. What do you mean? I get grossed out, but I'm not scared by it. I know people get scared by it.
But they're the same, aren't they? Like, being grossed out, you're feeling a form of being scared.
Okay.
Right? You're scared to eat this,
I don't think so.
This disgusting burger. Are you not?
Why would you want to eat it?
Because it's disgusting.
Scared. I'm just
revolted.
I think scared is the wrong word for this.
When I tell people, when I'm advising people on doing public speeches, right? There often I tell them, you feel the butterflies in your stomach. You'd describe it as anxiety, correct?
And anxiety is scary sometimes.
I argue that you are wrong. That is not anxiety.
That's subjective.
No, shut up. Listen, let me explain.
Hey, what?
Let me explain. So I tell them they're wrong. You're wrong. You are not anxious. Take the emotion of extreme, overwhelming joy. Hopefully you've experienced this in your life at some point, but take that emotion and hold it side by side to your anxiety right now. You feel that your anxiety is the same as this overwhelming joy. It is butterflies in your stomach. It's a pent-up anxiety of anticipating this happy emotion.
But you don't pent up joy. You don't have pent up joy.
What are you doing before you open up your Christmas presents? That anxiety.
What do you mean?
Before you open up your Christmas presents, do you feel happy?
It's the same thing with dumb and ignorant. It's different words. Being scared and anxious is two different things.
No, I'm explaining.
Okay, explain.
No, 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 I think you missed
I'm
this. I
gonna
think you
let you
missed this crucial
explain.
thing. I said that when I tell people about public speaking, they feel anxious. Do you not remember me saying this?
No, I know. I hear you, but
I didn't say scared as
okay,
being anxious. Don't put words in my mouth.
okay. Am I being a Brady now?
Yes, that's a very Brady thing to do.
Okay.
Yes,
Anyway,
yes.
um,
Okay,
okay.
back to my
Get to
point.
your point. Come on.
Back to my point. And feeling that anxiety, I tell them that they must feel this overwhelming joy, this extreme happiness in them. That's what they must think and associate with this daunting task of public speaking. And it works. People feel happier.
Speaking personally, that wouldn't work for me.
You've never
You know, like
practiced it.
it wouldn't work.
It would work. You just need to
Yeah,
practice it. You need
true.
to do it. You need to implement it. It's like saying, no,
But true, but that's
this
the same
dancing
thing as,
diet doesn't work. But you can't say that until you've actually done the diet. You can't refute the facts that
of course.
you've never actually experienced it.
I know.
Obviously, there are examples where, of course, in injecting your blood with cocaine and tar is going to make you fly. You can argue that that will not happen because that is dumb.
Yeah, but that's just saying that the same thing as I don't know, ghost stoning. Just I don't know. Like you can't prove it and you can't disprove it either.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
one of
it.
the it's one of those things.
And I can try a different method of public speaking, but then I can
And
try
if it
something else
if
that
it works for you, it
might
works
work
for you.
better.
But you
Yeah,
can't say it won't work. You can just say that there
yeah,
are other methods that work for you.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
Thank you. Wait. Okay. Okay. So Brady, here's the TLDR. Um, if you were to have a favorite genre of movie, what would it be?
Sci-fi fantasy.
Sci-fi fantasy, huh? Ever consider some chick flicks? Like ever?
Chick flicks? No, they bore me.
Why do they bore you?
Because recent chick flicks are poorly made. I mean, you know, I don't even watch them. I don't watch movies. No, I don't know. I never find time. I can always do something else, like reading a book. More description.
Well, if
Okay,
what if you're
what's yours? What's yours?
um I don't know. How do you? One of my favorite movies is a drama.
Okay,
You see? But I would never say that drama is my favorite genre.
okay.
I would
Well,
say
I don't have a
probably
favorite movie.
sci-fi. If I had to, if I had to pick
I don't
one.
have a I don't have a favorite movie. That's weird. I've only thought about that now. I don't
Yeah,
have a definitively favorite movie.
what? Well, I. It's kind of weird. My top five list is this one genre, but then there's just been this one movie that spoke so heavily to me that I was like, oh my hell yes. Like if I was to go in order, I'd say the outlier. Okay, can you pick the outlier in this list? Speak, which is a 2004 drama starring Kristen Stewart, and number two is Indiana Jones, a series of movies starring Harrison Ford. Um, then it is Jurassic Park plus Jurassic World, even though Jurassic Park is much better than Jurassic World, and it's a movie
First
series.
Jurassic Park was better than all the other Jurassics. That's
Yes,
kind of
yes, for
everything.
sure. No one can refute that. If they do, they're
Yeah,
assholes. Anyway,
yes.
that's just me. So then Jurassic Park and Jurassic World is number
And me.
three, which is like, it's painful to me to separate them like that, but I just love Indiana Jones. But like, it's a close top. Okay, after Jurassic World and Jurassic Park is Star Wars. After Star Wars is the Lord of the Rings series, specifically The Hobbit, because that was the first.
Ah,
No, hear me out. It's just because
book or movie? Book or
uh,
movie?
who are you talking to?
You, book or movie of the Hobbit? Because I'm with CGB Grey with this. Kind of,
No.
yeah.
Think about this logically. Who are you talking to? Think about this.
I'm talking to you, and I know you might even. Okay, I that was. You see, that was stupid. That action that I did there was stupid. I didn't
Hey,
notice.
thank you. Thank you. You did the CGP Grey box thing. Your opinions are in a box separate from you.
What?
Yes. So I would
Nothing.
never have ever read the book. So of course, and also this is a list of movies. Of course, I'm talking about movies.
hmm Okay, so you like that abomination. Okay,
No, just because.
interesting.
No, hear me out. Like some kids talk about Star Wars, and they're like, oh, the one, 2, and 3 are like the best ever because they're better made. And
Oh,
and then I'm
but they
just like,
weren't.
no,
It was
you
pretty fun.
sacrilegious bastards. But same with me. I enjoy The Hobbit because that was the only Tolkien movies that I saw with the conscious mind of someone that can comprehend these movies.
Yeah,
Whereas Lord of the Rings, I saw when I was probably a little bit too young to comprehend them. So I
yeah.
have to rewatch the series if I am to grasp their glory.
I would love to do that, like just with someone else, so I can just talk about it the whole time. But yeah, I love the Lord of the Rings. I think that's my favorite series so far. Go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
And so it goes,
No?
and then it's Lord of the Rings, and then it peters off after that.
Okay.
These big titles, I enjoy these big cinematic universes of movies. But the outlier is Speak, because that movie
Yeah,
just like hit me in the feels, man. It hit
I don't
hard.
know what that is.
You don't know what
Ooh,
emotions are.
no, I don't know what speak is.
Oh, it's a movie. You have to watch it. I can actually send you a link on YouTube. It's there.
Okay,
Do you want me?
got it.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to put it in the notes?
I'm not gonna watch it
Okay, I won't even bother then.
because I don't like movies. That's I like movies, just only subjective movies that I think is interesting. Cool plots,
Okay.
good
Uh,
cinematography, and not
okay, it's from
and
2004. What do you expect?
yeah, I know it's not much. Okay, so I would like to use this as a segue as well. I was thinking about this over the holiday I was having. Um, whatever that. I like more. The reason why I don't follow up on movies and the worlds is that I don't want it to be ruined, and that's why I don't rewatch the Star Wars movies again and again. Because I don't want it to be ruined with these nitty gritties of what it is. I love the concept of what it is. I don't like what it is. What it is, it has flaws. It um has misgivings, plot holes, and I hate that. I want it to be perfect, and the concept gives me a lot more hope than what the movies would. Do you not agree?
I
With something?
actually I agree with you there. That as a universe can be saturated by facts and characters, whereas
Mm.
thinking of a broad topic can be infinitely more fun if you choose to do that.
Just just like thinking of a hero in your life, you know, like just someone that you think is really awesome, and you think is perfect, and learning that something really like in the that was a big sigh. What? Did I say something?
I don't have a hero. I couldn't name a
You
hero
don't
for you.
have to.
I
You don't
couldn't.
have to have a
I
hero. It's fine.
I couldn't. I don't think I can name a hero for you. I think, like thinking of people in the abstract. If I was to name a hero, I'd like name like Mr. Werner, but he is a deeply flawed old man that
I
is
don't.
apparent in some aspects, but him in the general is quite
I don't
amazing.
like. I don't have a hero either. I'm just saying people who do have heroes.
If I
People
was to
who
say you had a
have
hero, it'd be Elon
something.
Musk because you're constantly on about him. But he is an
Yeah,
interesting
because
person in the world of
he's
science.
flawed. He's very flawed.
You say that like no
Um,
one's ever flawed.
I'm just saying. Okay, Rick and Morty. There's the episode with the pedophile bean that tries to rape
Oh
R
God. Okay. Okay.
Morty.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That one. And then at the end of that episode, he says, should we release these pictures to the public? He says, no. The concept of him is way more
What
powerful
he
than
stood for as well. Yeah.
precisely. That's my point. And that's why, like, I don't want to learn anymore. I don't want it to be ruined because it gives me a lot more hope, a lot more, um,
I
as
think.
what a hero would do. And concepts do that for me, you know?
I think it's
Concepts of
actually.
worlds.
I think I think you could still watch all the movies still though. Like
No, I
just
do.
just
It's just
because
I don't
you
want to tamper with it, and that's
just
why I ruined Harry Potter for me. Because I reached so far in, because I thought it was just there was no
you
um.
reached so far in, but then you could have moved so far out if you wished. You could have.
No,
No,
it's just
you don't have to be in Hogwarts same year as Harry. Think about
no,
it
no, no.
now. Harry is um some quick math. He's 28. He's 24
What do you
years
mean?
graduated. No, 24 years since he started Hogwarts, so he'd be 34 now, right? So he's old.
Um,
But like, put yourself in Hogwarts now. Put it in the present day. You know,
no,
Harry's
I'm
kids
not
have
saying.
are like in their Harry's kids are like in their 6th year already. You know, you could just start. You know, you
I'm
could
not saying I want to be in the world. I said that the concept of the world
yeah,
that has a lot more magic.
you live in this concept that is forever expanding. You move away from what they set for you and you change it. I
Okay, I wasn't
personally,
trying
I
to
put
expand on the
myself
thing. I was just
I
yeah.
personally put
I
myself
used
in stories. So that's why I said
okay.
be in a story. That's just how I expand the universes of. So you do something distinctly different to me. You you don't put yourself in the stories, correct?
No, I did not. No,
Hmm,
I put myself in the story, in the concept, and not in the abstract, not in the physical.
hmm, interesting.
Because the exact same reason that once I ruin it, the magic of that world is lost to time, and that's what maturity does in many ways. Yeah. Maturity, you get more logical about things, more. You know, that's what stuff. That's what human brains do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm I'm very much on the other side of that in I put
Okay.
myself in the universe, but anyway, I don't really
Uh,
care. Putting
um.
yourself in the abstract is actually kind of nice. I enjoy it sometimes, but
Ooh.
I rather tell personal stories rather than large outreaching stories.
So it's a world that you want to put yourself in.
Um, uh, well, actually, something that I'm going to go do after this podcast, which I've never done before,
Sleep.
is
Read.
shut up. I'd never really put myself in movie universes. I usually
Okay.
make my own. Um, and because I
Are you
tell
gonna go watch a movie?
no, I put myself in a. I usually do sit down and just like no music, no nothing, just sit and like imagine myself in the situation. You know, like I play a game of Dungeons and Dragons by myself. That's how sleeping is for me. It's a very fun activity for me. And very irritating when I run out of when I forget where I was in my story. But anyway, I've never put myself in a movie universe. I've never been in Jurassic Park. I've never been in Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is too close to the real world, so why would I use that? But I've never been in it. I've always been like, oh, if I were to, for reasons A, B, and C, lose a leg, how would life cope for me? How would I cope in life? If for A, B, and Z, for A, B, and C, I get shot in a mugging, what would I do? Practically, what realistically would I do? And most of the time, it ends up with me sitting back, waiting, hanging about, and sometimes you gotta have fun with it. I always end up like being the hero and everything because it's like it's just a thing you do when you make your own story. You're gonna make yourself the hero.
Heroes is subjective, as is everything.
Exactly. That's
That's a
why I
very
make
common
myself the
theme.
hero, because I can make myself my own subjective badass.
I like what's Kylo Ren, that actor. It's too late to remember what his name is. Adam Driver, that's his name. He said in an interview that Kylo Ren is, in a sense, that he is the hero. He's looking towards what he thinks is right.
Oh, for
That's what a
sure.
hero is.
That's
And
always been the thing about villains and bad guys. They always think they're in the right.
and that's why being a child is so black and white. There's a hero and then there's a villain.
And as
And
we
one is
grow,
bad
we
and
realize they kind of
it's a lot more
isn't.
complex than that.
Yeah.
There's people on one side and on the other side, you know? So in that way,
Like,
they're complex.
I think Ben Solo is the perfect example of how the dark side, right? It's called the dark side, right? It's kind of an ominous start.
And
Right? Like
which in itself,
yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of like saying like, oh, I am the bad guy, and owning
yeah.
it, right? But if they were to call themselves the light side, and the light side would call themselves the light side, or if anything, they call themselves the mountains and the desk lamps. Same thing would apply. They'd both think they are in the right.
And that exact thing, like I know the story was written by Lucas, his name, and
George
it was
Lucas.
meant for like that and yeah, that guy.
Now he only wrote
And
3 good movies.
yeah,
In his
which were
life,
those?
he wrote a few buddy cop films that were good, and he wrote the original Star Wars.
And also Indiana Jones.
No, he didn't do that. Steven
He did.
Spielberg did that. He
No,
produced it. He
no,
produced
no.
Indiana Jones. He didn't make Indiana Jones. There's a difference.
Okay, Indiana Jones.
It was Indiana
Right.
Jones made by LucasArts. Steven Spielberg came up to George Lucas
Okay.
after. So here's the thing. So they made Star Wars, right? George Lucas was on the fence about making a Han Solo film, right? And he didn't buy it. He was like, nah. But then Steven Spielberg went up to George Lucas and was like, George, think about it. He has a whip
And then he
and
allowed
a
it.
hat. And George Lucas was like, this is a good idea. Okay, I give
I
George
don't think.
Lucas, he was smart enough to pick up
Yeah,
Indiana Jones. You're
George
doing a
Lucas is smart.
conniving,
He's just intelligent.
and
He's
he's a grubby cash grab, and he ruins everything we love. But
he's a
anyway,
businessman. That's
businessmen
what
be
he is.
businessmen. You can always argue that he's a businessman. You can always argue that he destroyed the prequels. He ran them into the ground. But either way, they are actually good to the lore and they add something to the cinematic universe, let it be good or bad. Steven Spielberg made Indiana Jones. So come at me, D. Come at me with your logic. Come, fight me, bitch.
I'm not gonna argue with facts.
Oh, you know, okay,
I just
cool.
googled it.
You
Raiders of the Lost Ark, written by Lawrence Kasdan, George Lucas, and Philip Kaufman. So
Ooh.
I was
So,
wrong. You were wrong.
what do you mean I was wrong? I was right.
Okay. In fact, it wasn't LucasArts. It was George Lucas who made the story.
Yes,
It was directed by Steven Spielberg, production
exactly.
by Lucasfilm. Okay, I
Exactly.
suppose you're right in that sense.
What do you mean in that
Oh,
sense? In all the sense, man.
its budget was 279 million, and its box office was 1.978 billion. That's insane. Anyway,
Oh, yes. So,
the
yes.
I watched it on the plane. I watched the
It's
first one on the
Raiders of
plane.
the Lost Ark.
Mm, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it is. It's a great movie, isn't it?
It is, really is.
I haven't watched them
Um,
in forever, though. I think I watched Temple of Doom recently. Was it Temple of Doom? I
uh,
watched one on the way to France. I think it
oh,
was.
yeah.
I don't think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark. It wasn't any of the Crystal Skulls. It wasn't Temple of. It could only have been Temple of Doom. Yeah, I think it was Temple of Doom. I'm going with Temple of
There
Doom.
was only three movies. There was three movies of the Indiana Jones series. How many movies are in the series again? I forgot.
There is Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull, um, Crystal Skull, and that is a. That's actually all I can remember now. I'm thinking back
Mm.
to the video game, how the video game had. So there was 3 Crystal Skull parts, for the Crystal Skull movie.
Mm-hmm.
Movies. What is a movie? It
So
was a
there are
movie.
four. Four? Is it four? Just give me an answer. Four?
I think it could be
Is it four?
general. Google it. Do you have your phone out in front of you?
Yeah, I don't want to Google it now. It's fine.
Hey Google. Did it work? No.
No. Uh, especially because noise doesn't exit my ears. These headphones. So anyway.
And now my phone has voice
What?
recognition for Google. I could just press something in.
What were you talking about?
How many
I forgot.
how many Indiana Jones films there are? Let me ask Google.
Mm.
How many
No.
Indiana Jones films?
Indiana Jones includes Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and other films.
How did I forget about the Last Crusade? I am disappointed.
It strikes me that I've only watched three because there's only three movies on Netflix.
Okay, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I've seen. Temple of Doom, yes. The Last Crusade,
This
of course,
Crystal
yes.
Skull
The
was
Kingdom of the
freaking.
Crystal Skull, yes.
I hated that one.
Indiana Jones 5.
Botched it.
Oh,
There's five.
no. This is the remake that they're going to make. Are they seriously? They seriously have Harrison Ford in it again? How? What? I don't believe.
They're getting Harrison Ford back, aren't they?
No,
For
they
the
should have
next
Chris
one.
Pratt. Chris Pratt should be Indiana Jones. He'd be a
No,
Yes!
you can't use Chris Pratt for everything, Josh. I
Yes,
know
I
he's
can.
amazing.
I can use Harrison
Uh,
Ford for Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Why can't I use Chris Pratt for Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones? And
okay, it's it's subjective. Just not no. I understand. I would love Chris Pratt to do it. I just want some fresh faces. Come on. I don't want them to
well,
botch it, but I don't want
James
them
Dean
to.
was never a fresh face. Yet he was used in everything. So
Fine, but I don't know. I would love Chris Pratt to do it. I suppose.
exactly, he'd be amazing at it. It's like it's like Robin Williams in Dead Poet Society. No one thought he could do it. Everyone thought this comedian can't be playing a serious role, but he pulls
I've
it
never
off.
watched it.
He's a great Dead Poet Society.
No.
Grade 9. It was the
No, it wasn't.
yeah it was.
It wasn't. No, it
I
wasn't.
was there. Trust me, it was.
It was not. Mrs. Holland spoke about it, but we never did anything for it or with it.
This is where I
Okay.
forget you left end of second term.
Mm.
So yes, Dead Poet Society
Yes.
was part of the grade 9 curriculum. Trust me, I was there for the
Okay.
whole part of it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But Dead Poet Society is a great movie, by the way. If you want to have a watch it. It's
I
really
might
great.
watch that because that actually seems quite intriguing.
It also
I
has
might read it.
it has Wilson from House. I
Okay.
realize you don't watch
I
medical
want this.
dramas, so
I
if
want.
he is.
I want this to be another segue onto another one. Ready Player One. Had watched the trailer.
What's the hype? I don't see it. Really, I don't get it. What the hell? Like,
I don't. I don't know. I'm just don't think there is hype, of course, but I'm just saying. What is your view on it? I just want to see.
that's my
Where do you
view.
stand?
Why? Like, it's a
Do you not like
movie.
it?
Sure, it looks fun. It's I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
read the
see the
book.
hype. There's a
I'm
book.
gonna read the book though.
There's a book.
Yeah, it was a book,
Oh no, I'm
and it's gonna
interested.
be directed by Steven Spielberg.
Okay, that
That's the
sounds
hype.
okay. Fine. Okay. Now that you've given me some reason to care, I care.
Yeah,
Before,
it's
it was
directed by
like
that guy.
everyone's like, "Oh man, Ready Player One," and I saw one trailer of it in the movies when we went to go see Jumanji. Great movie again. Watch that
Haven't
and the
watched it.
original.
Haven't watched it.
What?
I do want to watch it.
Yes, watch
We don't
it.
go to
It's great.
movies.
It's a great movie. Pirated, I don't care.
Okay, cool.
But watch it. It's a great
Anyway,
movie. Also watch the original. Watch
I
the
already watched
original
the
before
original.
you watch the
I've watched the original many times, like
okay.
many times.
Great.
It's practically my childhood as well.
But like
Which
many people go on like, oh, Ready Player One, it's gonna be so great. And I saw one trailer and I'm like, this
I
is
don't want them to
Tron.
botch it.
I'm like, this is Tron.
No, it isn't Tron.
No, when I saw
Okay,
the
wait.
trailer, that's what I think. It looks like Tron. Think about it.
Oh,
It's Tron. You go into the computer,
okay.
you fight the computer, you get to the end. Granted, it's changed some parameters, but a spoon is still a silver spoon, even if you cut half the spoon off and replace it with copper. It still
Unless the
has a little
spoon
bit
was
of silver.
born from a book and not a video game. That also helps. You know.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
It is a
Mm,
movie
mm,
based
mm,
off of source material of another media.
Yeah, and it's best to have written scripts than a video game which has no language in it.
Jumanji is a great movie. That was based off a book.
And
A
was Tron a good
children's
movie?
book. A children's
Okay,
picture book.
name one movie that was good as that was made from a video game that is good as a movie as a movie in itself. Name one.
This is those random trivia things that are so hard to pull out of thin air. I can't possibly name one right here, right now.
That's the exact argument I had about freaking schooling and homework. You just freaking made me. Actually, that was not that.
Okay.
Never mind. That was bad. I did think about it before. Never mind. That's totally different. Never mind.
Okay, let me think then. A movie based off a video game. Space Jam?
That wasn't a video game. That was a cartoon.
There's NBA Jam. Plus cartoons.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it had cartoons. That's
NBA
different.
Jam.
It
That's
doesn't
a video
work.
game. It does work.
No, it doesn't. Because
Yes, it does.
NBA is a basketball medium. It wasn't made by a book. It's supposed to be a
NBA
video
Jam
game.
is a video game.
Okay, that doesn't count. Take that away. Take it away.
Really? You can't do that for all my arguments then. Okay, let me think.
No,
Someone.
I'm gonna use it for something correct. Okay.
Based off a video game. Ooh, if they make an Uncharted movie. No. Lara Croft.
Oh shoot.
That's
Oh,
the
no.
be all and end all. Bite me, bitch. Bite me.
Oof.
Thank God I thought of Lara Croft. I didn't think of that, because I would have been screwed.
I forgot about that. That
Was
was
your
actually
whole
quite a good
argument based
movie.
around that there's no good movies on video games?
That was a good movie though.
Exactly, and the new one's coming out, and I'm looking forward to that. That looks
That's gonna
good.
be good.
I actually have the original Lara Croft on DVD.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes.
Made by Angelina Jolie or something.
Starring, not made by.
Hmm?
Did she produce it? I know she does producing,
No.
directing, but I don't think
she
did.
made it. She was the actor for Lara Croft.
And that's starring, that's not making.
Oh, making's different, right?
Yeah, making and producing are the same, and then a maker is not, and the maker and the
Okay, I
producer
understand.
are
I'm
separate from
wrong
the
with you,
actor.
suppose.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't wrong with you, suppose. That was just stupid. Anyway,
I love using Gray's analogy of a box, because if you have enough balls, you can man up and say, I should not have used the word dumb. Like,
yeah.
I think that's actually, I think this is really great. I'm going to implement this in all areas of my life. Well, as many as I can without coming off hypocritical. But yes.
Cool.
It's quite beautiful. But so, Lara Croft just put an end to your whole argument, didn't it?
Yeah, I forgot about that. But there isn't many. That's my point. There isn't many.
It has to be done right. Actually, no. Lara Croft even feeds into my argument. Lara Croft is a very they added story, like, okay, Jumanji. They took a children's picture book, a children's story picture book, and turned it into this beautiful, wonderful two movies, right?
Okay.
Which are great. And so they added story on top of practically nothing. They took a concept and they applied it. Same with the Lara Croft movies. Lara Croft is a puzzle platformer, and they took it.
It's turned much more into a story-based game.
The new ones obviously are influenced by the movies, but the movies were influenced by the platform. Yes, the original movies.
I suppose most video games are influenced by cinematics.
No. It's interesting in the Lara Croft universe because Lara Croft, the video game, right? Lara Croft 2 made the video game, right? Was a platformer puzzle game. Before the movies came out. When the movies came out, they added story on top of this concept, right? On top of this character and basic story, right? There is a story to the Lara Croft video games, and that is only added to in the movies, right? And there has since been Lara Croft video games that have focused entirely on the puzzling platformer, like the mobile game.
And the very AAA games are more.
That's more cinematics.
Focused on the cinematics.
Yes. Yeah. So it really depends where it's going, but you can see that if you're talented enough and do it correctly, anything can be great. That's why when I saw Ready Player One, I'm like, sure, yeah, interesting concept, but Tron is a landmark movie in this genre. So you're gonna have to really fight
There
for
was a
your
Mario movie.
independence.
Those Mario movies, so I think that argument's kind
Exactly. So if you want to make a mark on the movie industry, you're going to have to um take something unoriginal and make it original. Like,
of. Okay.
have you seen
That's not easier said than done
it's
in this day and
it
age.
it's yes, but once done, it is great. I wish I could remember the name of the movie, but so practically this movie went that they took a board game out of the basement. Sound familiar? And they started to play it. Sound familiar? And but the game had a very specific set of rules that you must continue play all the way till the end for all the effects of play to be erased. Sound familiar? Um, so this movie does divulge. It introduces it doesn't actually divulge. It introduces an external force that no one has ever experienced before. Sound familiar? And
Sure.
but and it all gets resolved in the end by a man that has come from the game. Sound familiar? So if I could remember the name of this movie, I'd tell you it. But this movie
Yeah, I
is
was just about
play
to
by
ask.
play similar to Jumanji. Play by play
Okay.
is aesthetic. It is story wise exactly the same as Jumanji, but it was done in such a way that and with a cast of characters which was interesting and a new coat of paint that was refreshing. Refreshing enough that I actually enjoyed watching this movie and could imagine watching it again.
Okay.
Obvious, because this was set in space rather than in a new mansion. Um, there was aliens instead of rhinos. There was this instead of that. But my
Okay.
point remains that if it's done right, a new coat of paint means the difference between a good and bad movie.
It was with that guy from the Journey to the Center of the Earth, wasn't
No,
it?
no,
No. No,
mm,
it was. It was,
no.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was. I knew it was.
Mm,
It is. It is.
I know that there has been a third movie in this genre of board game coming to life kind of stuff that I do think includes the guy from The Mummy. Um,
No, no. Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then that guy,
from The
and then that
Mummy.
sister. Maybe. I don't think
Yes,
so. Maybe. I don't know.
yes.
And then the sister kind of likes the guy that comes from wherever the guy thing, and then fits through a wormhole. I don't. Is
Journey to the
this it?
Center of the Earth.
Is no. Ah, it's. I'm trying to describe what you're saying, just in my terms. I don't know what you're talking about, but I
So no,
understand what your point
this
is.
movie has the step brother of this movie has um the brother in Parenthood. Anyone that watches Parenthood, holla. Um, but you would not. You know the guy, the main doctor from Scrubs, him.
No,
This movie had. I can send you a photo of the main guy from Scrubs. This was the hero. This was the guy that came in um
I don't know what
after
Scrubs is. I know what it is, just I don't know what the concept is. Whatever.
Doctors in
Don't try to
Scrubs.
explain because I'm not interested.
I'm gonna send you a photo of him.
Have a look at these pictures.
Yeah, not doctors in Scrubs, doctors on Scrubs, doctors on
Is
Scrubs.
this interesting? How long do we
Yes,
have left
Here is
anyway?
information from IMDb.
fine. Okay, we have like 20 minutes left. No, 10 minutes left. But anyway, okay. The new code of paint did it. It does not include the guy from Journey to the Center of the Earth. That
Okay.
Journey to the Center of the Earth includes the guy from the Mummy, and the Mummy is a new fresh coat of paint on Indiana Jones. So instinctively, it is worse because Indiana Jones is too
Have you
amazing.
watched the? Have
What?
you watched the new Mummy with Tom Cruise? I
That
haven't
was
watched it.
that was just the guy from Journey of the Center of the Earth being stupid because he was
He's
waiting
lost
for
his
the
career,
director entirely. He was waiting for the director to keep continuity. He should have moved on. He should have saved his career. He should have.
and he lost everything.
Yeah. So we're talking about the same guy. This guy does not take part in the movie that I'm speaking about, but I do
Okay.
believe that there is a third movie in this genre. The
Mhm.
names of these movies escape me.
Okay, it's fine, but I still want to talk that guy in the Journey of Center of the Earth. I like that guy, and then he fell out.
He was nice, yes. He also the Mysterious Island. Um
Hmm?
oh
No,
yes.
he wasn't
Um
in that one.
exactly my point. He also waited for the director of Mysterious Island.
Hmm. Journey of Center of the Earth. I do want to know what he's doing now, though.
Probably nothing.
I don't.
Probably a bunch of B movies. Which are
Oh
actually
yeah,
kinda
he
nice.
did act in that.
I enjoy
It was more
not the actual
nostalgia.
B movie, I mean B rated movies. He was in the actual B movie. I forgot about that.
He he was. But
Wow.
nostalgia again. I love those movies.
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
the movies from your childhood. Like Nemo, it's like yeah, I like it. It's from my childhood. Like
yeah, I like that movie as well. Harry Potter technically was also from my childhood. I just never remembered it. I
you
remember
know,
one
you
part
weren't into it as
in my
much as me
childhood.
and Joel.
No.
You know, me and Joel,
Um.
like Joel has the whole box set of it. I have I have three of
But
the seven.
technically, I'm more into it because I've read the in by.
No, that's just being books. That's being book
No,
superiors. Yes,
I've listened to Audible, every single book of them. I've read the books. I've
that's
watched the book. I've watched the movies.
that's
That's
being supremist. I believe the word is. I
it
might get
is.
that wrong. Yes, that
Just
is.
I'm feeling a little bit territorial because you guys have said I wasn't into it, so
Going into it
it's fine.
then. Being now's
I know.
now. Now you're a bigger um bookworm than we can
Don't care.
ever aspire to be in that regard. Um
It's fine. It's fine. It's
but
just
I do
protecting my
argue that
basic.
learning facts about books and being interested about it yet not having the capability still garners me the title of um big nerd of something because I enjoy
Fair.
it. I just have
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a
Don't I?
disadvantage. I have a handicap. I have a handicap when it comes to being a nerd. I can't read the book.
Mm.
I have a
Just like the anime, you can't read the manga, which I
I
can't
like
get
I
into
can read
anime.
the
I
manga.
like anime.
I
I
read
like the anime.
I read Wonderland's manga all the way up until the third season. So
Sheesh.
yes, I can read comic books when I
I
want to.
I can't
I have
watch
all
anime.
three books of Nightfall, and I have read them.
Ah, wow. That's weird.
Yes.
And I
What do you
suppose
mean
Joel
that's weird?
hasn't watched read the Watchmen yet.
He
Oh, hasn't.
hasn't, the bastard. And he still won't lend it to me as well.
Sorry, Joel. I just had to bring it up. It's
Fucking
fine.
asshole, man. No, it gets my goat,
He's
man. Like,
watching this.
oh, I know. He can come bite my ass whenever he wants to. Because, motherfucker, he better read The Watchmen. And he knows it. He knows he must read that book.
But he's not gonna. He is too busy playing D2.
But at least lend it to me. Like, come on, I want to read.
So you're not gonna lend it to him, Joel. Oh, that's
Look,
just
he only lends me the stuff once he's read it, which makes sense. That's how you work with magazines,
but at
newspapers.
least read
You
it.
read, you read the paper, you hand it on, right? But no, he has it sitting in his cupboard, not reading it, forever blocking me from this thing. I think he's hit the. I think he's run out of his time limit where it's about time to let me read the thing. Like ZB's has been closed for I think it's encroaching on a year now, right?
Really? It's that long?
I think
Cool.
the last comic books I bought from him, I took on holiday, December holiday 2 years ago. So 2016, I took them on
Okay.
holiday, and he closed early mid 2016. I mean 2017.
Sheesh.
Sorry. So
Damn.
yes, it's been a while, and he still hasn't lended me Watchmen or Court of Owls. Now that I think about it, I haven't asked about
I'm
that one.
sure. I'm sure one day, though.
Actually, no.
But
Technically,
anyway.
he should be able to lend me Court of Owls because he's read that one. That it came. I don't know, but that was Court of Owls is in a series. It's not Actually, I must ask him because if it's self-contained, then I'd love to read it. I love reading the self-contained comics because
Yeah.
it's like reading a book except with pictures.
But yeah. So I think Skyline.
Skyline. Why Skyline?
Yeah.
I can
I
talk
don't
about
know.
comic books. I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
I want to talk
So
about
yeah.
comic.
Yeah, but we are running out of time, so
Oh no! What's the word?
we'll speak about it next
Man,
week. I'm getting a bit tired.
I
And
know. Okay, I'm putting it in the notes.
comic
Comic
books, sure.
books. Okay. Well, thank you for listening,
Yeah,
Joel.
cool.
Borrow me Watchmen.